In like a Murtaugh list sort of thing. So do you know what this is?
No, what's a Murtaugh list?
Well, okay.
That sounds really fun.
Well, it's not.
It's not. Okay, good. Is it like bad? Is this a bad list?
Well, no. So they came up with this on How I Met Your Mother.
Okay. Ooh, I like this.
Murtaugh was Danny Glover's character from Lethal Weapon, who was always saying, "I'm too old for this shit."
Oh, right.
So now that you're 25, I want to talk through some things that maybe you're too old for, or maybe you're not, and I feel I'm too old for. Like staying up till 3 a.m. and drinking a bunch of bourbon.
Right.
I'm too old for that shit.
Okay. Yes.
And then so like things that you've discovered in the last 3 years or whatever that you're like, fuck, I can't do that shit anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright.
Ooh. Oh God, I'm so tired.
You're tired. I'm on 2 hours of sleep.
Listen, Mike.
What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Two Guys with Raging Goals. I'm Mikey, and this is Adam, and every Friday we bring a conversation.
What?
I nailed the Friday. I felt good about it. We bring you a conversational podcast where one of us brings a topic to this table, and we discuss it for your enjoyment. If you like that, you can follow us on Facebook and YouTube at Two Guys with Raging Goals. You can head over to patreon.com/2guysraging and throw us a couple bucks. Keep the lights on, get exclusive episodes, be able to pick topics. It costs you less than this fucking cup of coffee. $1.
$1.
Which leads me to my important point. Why is coffee so expensive? It's just water and beans.
Oh, well, yeah.
This is what makes it expensive. This, like, the Liberty lady? Or whatever the fuck
Well,
she is.
it also has to do with the amount of money that we pay our farmers and stuff.
Oh,
we create a minimum wage for the farmers and countries that...
Well, why don't you do the cheap labor? That's what Trump does.
I wonder if by the time this episode posts, we're going to have President Trump.
I don't think so.
Is it?
We're not that close out yet.
Let's see.
Because we have the episode that should have posted yesterday.
Yeah. Per usual.
Per usual.
Fucking train wreck over here. Oh, this is gonna be on like the 21st.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So we're still 1, 2 weeks out. 2 weeks out. Oh boy. Oh boy.
So if we're smart, we'll set a reminder in our phone to for that episode.
Right.
And then we can do it and all hail Trump. All hail President Trump.
Oh God damn it.
We can jump on the bandwagon early. That way our podcast won't be censored.
Right. Yeah.
Well, it might be the internet.
Yeah. That'll be the only episode that'll be live.
Yeah.
This one.
And we'll have to change the opening. It'll just be like patriotic flags and eagles and shit.
Eagles with their heads cut off and then fucking Trump's head on top of them.
And like a long line of Mexicans going back to Mexico. You can just see them like walking back to where they have to go.
Damn it.
Yeah. Back to where you came, boy.
Oh my God. Oh my goodness. Also check out Two Guys Raging Tuesdays, our live podcast.
Yes,
as people call it.
Not a podcast.
It's not a podcast. It's a live video. It's real fun though. I've been having no. Is it not fun?
No, they are.
Oh,
it just makes me want to kill people.
I was like, oh no, he doesn't like it.
No, I love
the live video.
Love the live video, and I feel like I like being live too. I never get to do it that often because I'm at work or whatever. But I like that atmosphere. I think it's good. But it's not a podcast, people.
Yeah.
This is the podcast.
I think this week I'm probably going to talk about how it's not a podcast.
Yeah, which I get for most of our fans, it doesn't really matter how they consume it, but this is a podcast. It's weekly. We always have something that we're going to talk about. There's some sort of system. That's a podcast. You tune into this because it's a conversation.
Right.
Two Guys Raging Tuesdays is just hanging out with Adam.
Right.
And so that's a different thing. It's not.
I know. Then I feel weird because then I'm you guys know Mikey's got a face, right?
Well,
he's not just this guy who's behind the scenes
Oh yeah, I don't care about that.
Well, yeah.
But what I don't want is for people to be like, oh yeah, I caught your podcast last week, and then like, oh, did you like the topic? And they're like, well yeah, you guys talked about some different stuff, and you guys were arguing about pugs, and I'm like, no, that was the live video. So you didn't watch the podcast.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I saw your thing, and it's like, God damn it. God fucking damn it.
Not the same thing.
Not the same thing.
Not the
Separate
same thing.
content.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, we recorded a podcast last night that you guys will have seen
Last week.
Right. Presumably.
If we're
Talking to the future, who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows what could have happened. But while we were recording that podcast, so we were supposed to talk mostly about you turning 25.
Right.
And like the rite of passage, kind of like how that makes you feel, like have you peaked, what's coming next,
Right.
all of that grander shit. But in the meantime, before we even got to podcasting, we had 3 or 4 bourbons,
Yeah.
and then had 1 or 2 more through the podcast.
Right.
And the podcast tends to go off topic anyways.
Right.
When we got way into the weeds about the election and Senior Trump.
Yes.
And
yes. That happened for sure.
so I kind of want to revisit that a little bit,
Yes.
but in a different way.
Yes.
And so for those of you guys who watched How I Met Your Mother, fuck off Shane. It was a good show.
Oh,
It wasn't-
he doesn't like it?
No.
He doesn't like
And
it?
like I don't like how it's not smart. It's not
No.
Seinfeld.
No.
Like it's not
No.
quality shit.
No.
But what I will tell you is their continuity is spot on.
Yeah.
That shit was amazing.
Yeah, well, and I feel like, you know what? Friends is not a good show. Like, it's a good show.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
but it's like a modern Friends.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And like,
yeah, it's definitely
Like-
yeah, there are decreasing steps of value there, and yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Yes. It doesn't have the lineage, it doesn't have the name, it doesn't have like all of those things. But
Speaking of which,
Okay.
you know what pisses me off, people, is people who don't give Scrubs a chance. Scrubs is an amazing show, and they just had their 25th anniversary, and I was reading or 20th anniversary, 15th anniversary, I can't remember. Can't remember the date now, but I was reading different articles about it, and it was one of the first shows to have multiple storylines all running at the same time.
Oh, okay.
And doing a 2-camera show, and very, very unique. Like no other show.
Well,
was doing
it
that at the
shows.
time.
It shows in the storytelling and
Yeah, and it's a really good storytelling, and so many people can't get into Scrubs because there's weird, stupid moments.
Yeah.
Like JD's inner monologue sometimes has stupid shit,
yeah.
and there's little corny gigs throughout, but it's really, really good because they tell these amazing stories through all these different people in one episode that arcs through the season normally.
Yeah.
And they have to put these little things of humor.
It's
and shit in it.
it's like if you were if you're staring into an abyss of white and there's one black speck, and that
Yeah.
black speck is the comedy to pull you out of it.
Yeah,
Or
you have to have a little bit of that,
Right.
Especially some of those episodes are fucking dark.
Yeah.
Like the episode where Dr. Cox loses all 3 patients, they all die, and JD's right on the verge of bringing him back, and they're gonna have their sandwich, and he's like, yeah, this is gonna be okay, and then that other patient fucking dies, and Dr. Cox fucking loses it and throws everything, and JD's I forget what he fucking tells him. He tells him you told me when you start blaming yourself, there's no coming back from that, and Dr. Cox is yeah, you're right, and he walks the fuck off, and I was oh my god,
Yeah.
That show is so much better than so much other TV, and people don't give it a chance. I single-handedly saved it from disappearing from Netflix by rewatching it again.
You're so stupid.
I binge watched it again. It was supposed to be gone. It had an end date on it.
Yeah.
It was gonna be gone in May or whatever, and I was like, oh I have to watch the whole show again. And
Yeah.
thank God for the fact that they got an 8th season that wrapped it up correctly.
Yes.
Instead of that fuck show that NBC was ending it on.
Yeah. For sure.
But that's not the point.
That's not the point.
How I Met Your Mother, they do this thing called the Murtaugh list, which is basically, the way it's explained in How I Met Your Mother is it's this list of things that you're too old to do because Detective Murtaugh from God damn it.
Lethal Weapon.
Lethal Weapon. That's what it was. Thank you. From Lethal Weapon.
Yes.
Danny Glover's character. He basically is like, I'm too old for this shit, right?
Yeah.
And so like, as they've gotten older in the show, they come up with this list of like, these are the things. This is my Murtaugh list. I'm too old for this shit.
Right.
Too old to be doing this stuff. So I wanted to revisit you being 25 now, and kind of hear maybe some things that, like, you're too, like, you find yourself running into now, and you're like, I don't like doing this shit anymore,
see,
or I can't be that guy anymore, or whatever that is.
Oh, let me, hold on, wait.
God damn, that probably sounded like an earthquake.
Those bitches will clank back and forth all day, so I can't. So one of the things, my first thing that I'll tell you, you're gonna be like, oh, don't be such a bitch, don't be such a bitch, la 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 la, my name is Mikey, blah blah blah, right?
Sounds right. Spot on impersonation.
Well, you know it's a spot on impersonation when you have to say who you're imitating while you're doing it, right?
Good. Perfect.
There's a clip. Jesus, it's tightened.
No, it's not that tight though. It's good. Oh
boy.
It's good. It's good.
Yeah, for sure. So sleep.
Okay.
Is something that I need.
He's such a bitch.
I know, no. It is something that I need. I don't need a plethora of sleep.
Yeah.
I do not need a nap in the afternoon or anything, but I do need sleep before I go to work.
Okay, yeah.
Whereas like when I was a little bit younger, I could do like I could never function with less than 4 hours of sleep.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
4 hours of sleep was like my cusp. And there were people who could do like 3 hours and make it. You were probably one of them.
Yeah.
Probably less.
Yeah.
I bet you've gone to work with like a half hour. One of those nights.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
One of those nights. Just a little refresh.
Yeah.
And then you're like, whoa!
Take like a 30-minute nap and I'm like, okay, gotta go.
Literally got to go.
Gotta go work for 10 hours.
Yeah.
Shit.
But I could never sleep less than 4 hours. But 4 hours could cut it and I could get through my day.
Okay.
And so I don't know if it's the amount of responsibility I have now.
Yeah.
The fact that I want to be like, I want to lead by example, but I will never go to work with 4 hours of sleep.
Like you always make sure that
I have like at least
time.
6.
Gotcha.
And so like, and that's good for me.
So this like doesn't apply, but it should. So last night we drank a lot of bourbon, right? So we drank a lot of bourbon. I was up till about 3. I think we were up until probably like almost 2.
Yeah.
And then I stayed up another hour like watching Netflix. And we drank basically a bottle of bourbon between the two of us. There is maybe enough for like half a glass each left.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna say we did the whole thing, but we pretty much did.
And we could have.
We could have.
Yeah.
There was time.
Yeah.
So we drank that and stayed up really late. I should have been much more hungover this morning.
Yeah.
But like the older I've gotten, the less hungover I get, and I don't know if it has something to do with like I'm in better shape now.
It's probably that because like when I'm running regularly, which I'm not right now, but when I'm running regularly, hangovers don't happen.
Okay.
And maybe that's because I'm hydrating myself more throughout the day. Also, we don't drink like we used to. So like those sugary
that's true.
soda cocktails and shit that'll really fuck the whole world up the next day.
Yeah, that is something I don't have time for. Like bitch drinks anymore.
No.
Like, that would be on my list of like this is my Murtaugh list. I'm too old for that shit. Like mixing fucking like, oh, you can have a Coke and Jack and fucking no.
Yeah. No.
Come on. Just give me either wine, liquor, or beer. Like I don't, and like I'll have a cocktail. I'll have an old fashioned.
An actual cocktail, sure.
Yeah. A Moscow Mule. That shit's delicious.
Yeah.
And like there's simple syrup in these things and whatever. But like, no, I don't need that, shit. And fucking Bianca and Molly.
Yes.
Those bitches.
Yeah.
They asked me the other day. We had our regional visit, right? It's a big visit. Went really well. It's awesome. We're all gonna go celebrate. Perfect. Let's do that.
Right.
So They get out of work slightly before me, and we're like, well, we're gonna go work out. And I was like, oh, fucking hell, okay. That's fine. You guys go work out, and I'll just live on your fucking clock.
Right. Right, yeah.
Yeah, everybody knows how that works for me.
Yeah, I heard you love that.
Yeah, no, I'm a big fan. So I was like, okay, well, I can probably squeeze in a workout real quick then, if they're gonna work out. So, but they had already been at the gym when I was leaving work. So like, it was a little dicey, but I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna work out. I just won't go back home. I'll just work out and then go from wherever we're going to there. So whatever. The entire time I'm working out, well, where do you want to go? I don't care. Anywhere that you guys want to go. Literally anywhere I will go. It's fine. Because I can drink. Everywhere has some bourbon. Everybody has Woodford, pretty much.
Yeah.
Like, I can get that.
Or Knob Creek.
Yeah, or Knob Creek. Yeah.
Something.
Everybody has something that I can drink. So it's fine. But it became this big, long fucking thing. We ended up going to B-Dubs. And I was like, fine. And then I get there and I order a drink. And I was like, yeah, what bourbon do you guys have? She didn't know. I said, do you have Basil Hayden? No. You have Woodford? Yes. Perfect. That on the rocks in a glass. Perfect. Thank you. She brings it to me. And then I'm like telling the waitress about how this was like such a fuck show to get to. Like, for us to pick a restaurant, because I'm the least picky person on earth and will go anywhere, and they couldn't decide what they wanted to do, because like Molly wanted to sit outside and Bianca didn't want to go somewhere fancy, and like I was like, I don't give a fuck, pick somewhere and I'll be there. Yeah. And like, so I'm telling the waitress about this, and Bianca says, well, because we had to go somewhere where you could get your drinks, like I or have to order specialty cocktails or something everywhere I go. And like, it made me realize though, like that that part of my life, you're right, like, or at least that's the perception, that like, oh well, you know, Mikey, he just drinks bourbon, or he doesn't drink the things that we drink. Right. So like, we can't just go drink PBR or something, which like, granted, I'm not always in the mood for beer, but like, I can go anywhere and have a drink. I just don't like those sorts of drinks, those weird ass cocktails. Yeah, no. Like, Nope. I'm too old.
You put a bunch of fucking pink lemonade in a cup and then put a cherry on top. No, you can't do it anymore. You can get the fuck out of here.
Can't do that shit.
No time for it.
But I am too old to be staying up till 3 o'clock drinking. Like, and like I don't think
I'll ever be too old.
I should have, and like I'm right on, like, fucking still clocking everything that I needed to do today. Plus, I saw my godkids, which I didn't plan on doing. So, like, I went to bed at 3. I woke up at 5. 5:30. I went to the gym. Right. Worked out. Got my hair cut. Saw my godkids. Came back here. We went to Starbucks. Podcasting. Yeah. Like, it is 11:25.
Yes, sir.
I am on 2 hours of sleep. I function very well without sleep. Like, I love sleep when I can get it, but like, I function really well without it, so like, that's fine. But I feel like I know in my soul that I'm too old for this. Like, I can pull it off once in a while. Yes. But like, if I were doing this every weekend, I'd fucking fall. Like, one of my arms would probably fall. And it's because like, I filled my life with other things, right? Because like, when I was younger, I'd drink all night like that and then get up at noon. Yeah. And I'd be like, probably play some Halo. Right. I don't know, eat some Doritos.
You get into some bullshit. Yeah. You know, whatever.
Yeah, exactly. So like, meander about my day. Right. But now like, I have such a regiment about my life, and like, I like it, and I set myself up to do these things. So like, I know I can't do 2 hours of sleep all the time. So like, if I were to do that, I would have to start skipping the gym or something else, and then like, I'm too old for that. I have priorities. I want to get those things done, and like, maybe it's just like the weight of responsibility or whatever. But like, too old for that shit too. Can't be doing that all the time. Like, once a month, I could probably still pull this off. I think. Yeah. I think. Yeah. But not going to work. Like, probably not going to work though. No, I don't know. Like, so I wouldn't have worked out this morning if I was going to work. So I would have gotten a couple hours more sleep. An hour more sleep. Yeah. But like, I wasn't hungover or like, and I didn't feel drunk when I woke up or anything. Yeah. I woke up and was like, okay, good to go. So like, that's not true. I woke up and was like, fuck, I really should just sleep and skip the gym. That was what I really thought. But like, it wasn't like, oh, I'm too drunk to go to the gym, or I'm fucked up or anything like that. Like, I was fine. So like, I don't know if my body has gotten like, if my liver is just like fucking a champ now.
Yeah,
it's trained.
Nice little workout for the liver.
Yeah. Like, I don't know if that's a thing, and so it just detoxifies me faster.
Right, you metabolize it quicker.
Yeah, but
I'm not a scientist.
I would, but yeah, again, so that's something else that would not. I'm too old for that shit. I would not do it the night before work.
Right.
Because I know. Like, I wouldn't set myself up to do that. So, like, when people ask, like, oh, do you want to go out tonight? And if I work the next day, the answer is no.
Yeah.
There it goes, no. I gotta be up at 5 in the morning. I got a life. Like, no. I'm not gonna. And, like, it's not that you can't, but I wouldn't want to go to work and feel all shitty or tired or not at my best, right?
Yeah.
Like that's. I think that's my problem. Yeah.
One of my things. I feel like the older I get, the less inclined I am to put myself in situations with extensive small talk. Okay.
Unpack that.
Yes, I will.
Okay.
You know, I always say this shit. I give you this grandiose statement, and then you're like, okay,
I don't understand.
None of that makes sense. So, when I was younger.
In your younger days.
When I was
farm.
Yeah, when I was bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, before the world had ripped that piece of, happiness out of my life.
Before that's just gone forever.
I would reach out to people I hadn't talked to in a long time and been like, hey, let's go get coffee.
Oh, okay, yeah, no, I can relate to this.
And then we go and get coffee, and there's extensive small talk.
Yes.
And like maybe it's the older we get, nobody's got time for it, or the older I get, the more I realize that both of us don't want to really be there. We just feel like it's this obligation because like we want to stay in touch. But like if we wanted to stay in touch, wouldn't we be in touch?
Yes. So up here.
Okay. Yep.
Pin. Breaking up with a friend. Pin that.
Oh. Is this how you're gonna tell me?
Yeah.
Mike, what the fuck?
I just want to talk about that.
Yes.
But yes, I totally agree with that. That is something that for me, the older I got, and it was probably around the time I hit 25. The older I got, the more it was like, 24, 25. That I was like, I don't know why I want to make time for that person. And like, and it's not a mean thing. Like you don't have this big falling out or anything. No. It's just like, I don't have time for you. Like you're not as important in my life, and clearly I'm not as important in your life, and that's fine. Like, it's fine for both of us, and like, and so instead of forcing those relationships or conversations, like they just drift away, right?
Yeah.
Like then it's over. Yeah. So take it down.
Okay.
Have you ever had to break up with a friend?
Unpack that. Like I need to know like what the context is, what kind of conversation, how does it sound, how does it feel?
So, this kid that I hung out with in high school here,
yes,
who's I assume still lives in Fort Wayne, like we just grew super far apart, right?
Yes.
Like I started being a little bit more mature, like started like taking my job more serious, like wanted to do things and not be like drunk and high and all this shit all the time.
Yeah.
And, like, and then he started seeing it as like I was like some like corporate sellout person, and I was like, just more of like.
Well, it wasn't like I was like the target punk rocker or something.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
but
like I don't know. Like I wasn't ever like raging against the machine.
Right, like, no, I've literally just got a job.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry.
And I'm like going to school and like, but it was funny because that was one of those relationships that like was being like we were forcing to like.
Oh yeah.
Friends. And then like.
That takes so much energy and so much time. Yeah. Like if you have to make plans with somebody 3 times.
Yeah.
And like it just doesn't work out any of those 3 times, and you're like, oh, we'll get together soon, and then a week later you have another text, and it's like, no.
Yeah.
No. Fucking, like, seriously, first of all, you obviously don't want to do it, because if you did want to do it, you would do it.
Yeah, we do it. And that's the thing, like, if people want to be in your life, they'll be in your life. If they don't want to be in your life, they won't, and like, that's how it is. But like that in particular relationship, I had to like end. I had to like actually put a like ending on it because it was like this weirdness of like, well, you never make time to hang out with me anymore, and blah, blah, blah. And I was like,
what the fuck?
Are we dating?
Right, yeah, what's going on?
Weird. And I was like,
the drama.
So like, we're not gonna hang out anymore, man. Like, there's no reason. Like, I'm in a different place in my life. Like, Jay-Z said it best. Like, didn't work this hard to stay the same.
Motherfucker.
So like, but like, it's true. Like, like people change.
Yeah.
Like, it's neither good nor bad necessarily, but it happens. And so like, yeah, I just had to like end that one, which it was really weird. I was like, I've never had to break up with a friend before.
I don't. Here's the thing about me. I will essentially just let people go from my life pretty easily, whatever. Like, just go. You're good.
Yeah.
It's fine. Like, I occupy a lot of my time with work.
Right.
A lot of my time with this.
Yeah.
Right. So just go.
I get
it's
like
cool.
leaning myself out of frame.
Why?
I don't.
Well, you're not out of frame.
No, I'm not. But my chair is at a weird angle, so normally I can lean straight back. But because of the way
mine's really at a weird angle.
Because of the way the legs are, I have to lean.
We must have been drunk last night. What? So I generally will just let people go.
Yeah.
However, there have been opportunities for me to forcibly break up friends that were not my friends. So, like, for instance, I was talking to this guy who lived with me for 4 years.
That was the funniest thing. He's telling this girl this story, and he's like, oh yeah, well, this guy I was talking to. And I was like, do you mean your fiance? Like your ex-fiance? You weren't just talking to him. That's like,
because he was your fiance.
That's like the most low-key understatement.
I know.
Oh yeah, this guy.
I don't even remember the story I was telling.
What was his name?
Yeah, man, slips away. So he would, he worked a few different jobs, and got stop. He worked a few different jobs.
What was I not supposed to side-eye him?
Yeah, and then worked a few different jobs. Got a lot of friends.
Yeah.
That were younger.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And then they would come over sometimes.
Yeah.
And then sometimes they would become permanent fixtures in the house for like a few weeks.
Oh, that's
And then
fun.
they would like be really like obnoxious or like way too immature to be at my homestead.
Ooh.
Right? So
oh, that would drive me insane.
So I would have to have a very serious conversation about like, it's fine if you're friends.
Yeah.
Go to their place, go have dinner, fucking bring them here.
Yeah. Don't bring your bitch ass friends.
I forcibly dismembered
other
people's relationships.
Gotcha. Okay, yeah. The last thing I'll say about that one before we touch on other ones is the older you get, the more, at least for me, I realize you are the product of the people you hang around, right? And so, like, I was explaining this to some friends the other day, and they like were just writing it off as I'm an angry asshole, and that's fine. But like, they were like, "Oh no, like we're gonna meet up with our one friend, and like we don't really like them, but like they're kind of fun sometimes." And I was like, "No." I was like, "I mean, you guys can do that, but I'm not going to."
Yeah.
And they were like, "What do you mean?" And I was like, "Well, I'm not that fake. Like I can't. I have like, and that wasn't calling them fake. That was like I can't pull off being like."
Yeah,
fake
the minute
nice.
the minute somebody annoys Mikey, he's like,
I'm like,
"Hey, why are you fucking saying stupid shit?" And then everybody at the table's like, "Oh, okay, well,
Daddy just slapped me at the dinner table."
Oh, God damn it!
They're all gonna, no, it's fine.
It's cool.
But seriously, like I cannot just allow people to be shitty people.
Yeah.
Like, or I can't be around, like, for a extended period of time, especially when alcohol is involved. Be around them and be civil and fun.
Yes.
Like, oh no, you're great! Like, if you're a fuck, I'm probably gonna be like, wait, what you said doesn't make any sense.
See, like, and I think that's probably a small difference between you and I. Like, I'll put up with it for that one occasion.
Yeah.
But generally, for that occasion, what I'll do is I'll just step on their personality with my personality.
Yeah.
I'm turning it up to 10, and I'm like, let me tell you jokes! Let me fucking tell you jokes! Anything against you, just shut the fuck up!
I'll just shut this whole shit down. But like what I was trying to explain to my friends was that like you are the product of the people that you are around, and so like not only can I not like fake being nice for that long, but I also don't want to surround myself with people who we know are shitty people. Like,
Right.
Like I don't want to do that. Like why would I do that? Like that's fucking weird to me. And like I think it's an age gap thing.
It is.
Some of my friends are younger.
Right.
And so like, oh, but they're still fun to be around or whatever. And like, I think the older you get, the more you realize that like, you have time for that in your life.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have time for those sorts of people in my life. Like, and like, it's this weird, which will bring me to my next thing.
Yes, okay, cool.
What I'm too old for anymore is being upset about having nothing to do. Like I'm
looking for nothing to do.
Yeah,
yes.
and like that kind of correlates, right? So like my friends were like, oh, like the way it feels sometimes at least is like,
at least we're doing something.
yeah, at least we're doing something. At least we're out. At least we're doing something. What am I supposed to do? Sit at home alone? And I'm like, God, I would love that. I would love one fucking day of being alone. Oh my God.
Wouldn't that
would
be
be
great?
amazing.
Yeah.
That would be like, and I'm an extrovert.
Yeah.
I fucking feed off of being around
Right.
people, but good God, if I could have one day where nobody can contact me. Like, if I don't want to turn off my phone, because if I won't contact someone, I will. God
Yes.
damn it. But like, no contact with other people. Sarah and the dog go somewhere. Like, they'll fucking they just shut the shit down.
Right.
Like, oh my God, that'd be amazing.
Yeah.
And like, and then you talk to people and they're always like, oh yeah, no, God, I don't even know if I have the strength to go out today.
Yeah.
And I'm like, then don't go out. What is wrong with you? Like, what,
Yeah.
Why do you feel this compulsion that you have to go and like please people to be out?
No,
out
and
or
you
something?
don't. You quickly start realizing this.
Yeah.
Or at least you should.
Yeah.
Because like there's something very valuable in personal just alone time.
Mm-hmm.
Or time to assess what's going on in your life.
Yeah.
Or what's not going on in your life. You know, like I think that's probably one of the situations you're absolutely right. Like you get stuck in these situations of hanging out with people you don't want to hang out with because you're afraid of doing nothing. Or in my case, the people that I was surrounding myself were afraid of.
Yeah, like, well, we gotta do something, and it's like,
no, we don't.
I don't know. I'd rather do nothing. I'd like that would be great, but also like if it's like, yeah, I'll go out with you guys or whatever, and then like it's a different mix of people that I don't want to be around or something. I don't feel the compulsion to like, oh, I'm gonna surround myself with these assholes because I'm going out at least. Like,
Right.
No. And I think it is like the older you get, the more like you just become okay with like, I don't need to be out. Like I don't need to be doing something at all times. Like, and it's this weird like image thing kind of too of like you're always doing stuff. But
right. Like now I can post this on Facebook.
Yeah.
And
like I don't think my friends in particularly are that way necessarily.
No.
They're fans of the podcast and are figuring out that I'm talking about them.
This is not not at all.
But like, I do think it's like there is some like thing of like this forced feeling of like, well, you have to be out, you have to be doing something if you want to like, if like you're young and you should be doing that, and that's like what life's supposed to be about, or something, you know, something like that. Whereas like, so that you force yourself into these situations with people that you don't really like or whatever, and it's like, that's not the adventure that I want. Like, like if I want to have an adventure, like I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go to Louisville and I'm gonna fucking have an adventure, or I'm gonna fucking go to Ireland or whatever. Like I'm gonna do something, and it's gonna be because I want to do it, and I'm gonna enjoy every piece of it. Just like going to Louisville, like we were gonna hit another distillery, and I wasn't feeling very good, and like it occurred to me that I was like, why? I'm on vacation. Like, why am I pushing to go to this other distillery? Like, I like going to all these bourbon places and drinking bourbon and seeing all the bourbon. Like, it's awesome. And every time you get to go into one of those fucking storehouses with the goddamn angel share coming off the barrels, I want to die a little bit because it's amazing. But I'm okay. With, and I just made that decision. I was like, I'm not going anywhere else. Like, I'm going back to the hotel. Like, I don't feel great. and I don't feel the need to like push myself to go do these things. Like,
right.
What the fuck am I doing?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So yeah, that's something I think I'm too old to feel the need to go out. Like,
absolutely,
for sure. At this point in my life, like, if I want to go out, I'm gonna. And like I went too far maybe to becoming a homebody. Like, I enjoy going out. Like, Bianca and Molly typically will ask me to go out like almost once a week now. But like, 9 times out of 10 I'm probably declining. But like, now I try to go out like once a month with them and like enjoy that, and like it's nice. But like, yeah, again, don't feel the need to, like, I never feel pressured like, oh well fuck, I gotta be out there, gotta be doing stuff.
Yeah, I mean, no, you don't need to do that.
Yeah.
No, nobody needs that in their life. Let me think. So I'm getting to this point in my life where I feel like it's really odd because I love social media, right?
Yes.
It's one of my favorite things in the world.
Yeah.
We've talked about this so much.
Yeah. Oh, I have another thing.
And so like I'm obsessed with expanding my reach, especially now that we've got a podcast, whatever.
Yeah.
But now I kind of feel like my phone is kind of a nuisance to me, right?
Yeah.
So like, people always want to contact me for maybe work stuff, or I've got to share this thing, I've got to watch our reach on this thing.
Yeah.
You know, like, so I feel like my phone is more, it's less of a necessity and more of a tool.
Yes. It's less of like a...
Like, or not a necessity, like a...
Damn it. It's less of a toy and more of a tool, essentially.
Yeah.
Like it's less of a...
Like, oh, I gotta stay in contact with everyone.
What was the word that I want to use for that, though? I can't remember.
2 hours of sleep where I fuck with you.
Yeah. Not an extravagance, that's not the word I wanted to use, but I don't know, whatever it was. But yeah. Yeah, I know what you mean.
So, I feel like I'm too old. Well, okay. I hate texting. You know, I've always hated texting.
God, and I love texting so much.
I hate texting because I'm really bad at getting back to people.
Yeah. And
that makes me feel bad.
Yeah.
Especially if it's someone who I actually want to be talking to.
Right? Yeah.
So like, if it's you, you text we and you're like, hey, we should get
pressure.
We should get food.
Yeah.
I read that because I'm at work, right? So last night.
Yeah.
We should get food. I'm at work.
5 Guys, second night in a row.
And I said,
4 cheeseburgers in 2 days, guys. I'm on a roll.
Oh my god.
And 2 of those cheeseburgers were triples, so I've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 patties in 2 days.
Oh boy. Worth it.
I am the Burger King, motherfucker.
Trademark. But yeah, so like, you'll text me that, I read it, and then I'm like, oh shit, I'm gonna forget to message him back, like when they get off of work or something. And so like, I just keep it in my mind, like I gotta call him, and then I call you.
Yeah.
And then we figure it all out in 5 seconds.
Yeah, that is something like, so I love texting.
Yes.
And like, I'm never going to want to call more than texting.
Yes.
Ever. I will always rather converse over text. However, it does infuriate me a little bit when, like, so Matt likes to text a lot. He feels he's much better in written word than spoken word, probably because he's a fuck.
Yeah, right.
But sometimes I just need to call to get like there's too many variables to put into text and say like, well, if this happens, then this and this and this or this or this or that. Like, it will take a 20-minute conversation in text, but it'll only take 5 seconds on the phone.
Yes.
Those situations really fucking frustrate me because then I'm like, that's when I'm okay if you call me. That's when I'm okay, like, yes, let's talk this through because it's going to be much faster. Similar to like, what do you want to eat? Now, if it's like, I get a text at 2 o'clock and it's about what are we gonna have for dinner, don't fucking call me. Like, we can text all day about what you want to go out for dinner. Cool. What do you want? Like, hey, why don't you two get in a group text and you guys talk about it and then give me the answer or whatever. Like, that's fine. We can do that all day.
Right.
Because like I can check my phone periodically and see it, and that's fine. But if it's like imminent, like, hey, I texted you 30 minutes later, we're supposed to be getting food, what's up? Like, yes, just call. Just call
and we'll figure it all out.
Yeah.
All at once.
Yeah,
but the grander point.
Yeah, sorry.
The grander point is I feel like I need some time away. What's going on? That's not his trash can.
That was not his trash can. Also, earlier this morning when I came back from dropping off, or from seeing the kids, I parked here, and there was this guy in a parked car over here, and he got out of his car, walked over to the trash cans, threw something away, and like he pulled in the same time as I did. Sorry, that's crucial. Like we pulled in the same time.
Yeah.
He got out, threw something in the trash can, got back in his car and drove away. And I was like, well, there's like a chopped off head in that trash can.
No, seriously, there was this guy. Okay. Hold on. The other day, my landlord was installing a garage door opener on my garage.
I saw that. I saw that you have the thing in your car.
Oh yeah. So I got a garage door opener.
Yeah.
And there's these weird, I assume like meth heads that live across the street.
Makes sense.
Right? One of them's got like shaved head and he's got glasses, kind of like Sam. He kind of looks like Sam, like skinny Sam.
Oh, all right.
Right?
That's good.
The Mario to his Luigi. Or wait, the Luigi to his Mario. Yeah, because he's the fat one.
Because he's Sam, you're the fat one.
Yeah. Sorry, Sam. I apologize. I know you're a big fan. Now, here's the deal. Two meth heads get out of a car, right? One of them's bald, the other one's a girl. And they're like moving all the trash cans over there, right? Because it's like a little collection. It's like a little trash can garden.
Yeah, no, it is.
Right? And he gets out of the car, and he's moving the trash cans, and he's like, where is it? Where is it?
Oh, dear God.
And my landlord like looks over and he goes, oh, you just can't help some people. And then the girl obviously had had enough and like walked up the stairs, went into the house. And he's like, you're just a fucking bitch!
What do you think he did?
And it was like, what the fuck?
What could she have
And so then me and my landlord were like, okay, so like we cannot witness a murder, so let's go see what he
I'm not gonna be a witness to this.
And so my landlord, he's an older gentleman, he's very calm, very collect, right? So like, thank God he did this, not me, because I would have been like, what the fuck are you doing? The only person who can disrupt the peace here is me.
That's my job on the street. Dewall.
So we dewall. Now, so he walks over and he's like, sir, can I help you? And he was like, I lost my wallet and I don't know where it is.
Okay.
And so we're just kind of combing the area, kind of looking, and we're like, there's no wallet here.
Yeah.
You would see it. Because we're all looking.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't know where it is. I've looked in my car. I've looked everywhere. I can't find it.
Oh, fuck me.
And then my landlord was like, well, did you check your car? He's like, yeah, I checked my car. And he was like, do it again. Check under the seats. It was under the seats.
Jesus!
It was under the seats! Oh. And you went fucking postal! But he had a bunch of cash in it. He said he went to the ATM, he had a bunch of cash in it, i.e. the meth head situation.
Meth money. Yeah.
Yes.
Gotta get that money.
Because I've heard you can't buy drugs with a debit card. It just blows my mind. Right?
Top tip, folks.
You're all welcome. Okay, but
your grander point. You gotta. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I want to take some time away from my phone.
So like, do you feel you're getting too old to always be like in contact that way? Like,
yes.
Yeah.
And so like now, essentially, my phone is just like, so it's my tool for our social media, and my social media, right? Because the bigger I get, the bigger we get.
Yep.
Right? A telephone, because I call people with it.
Yeah.
And then a podcast machine. And
It is a podcast.
And I just listen to fucking podcasts all day.
Yeah.
And like that's all I want. That is all I want. I do not want to like try to text people. Like I don't like taking the time out of my day.
Sometimes I get stressed when I get a lot of text messages. Like, and if they're coming in as I'm sending texts, because I'm like, okay, now I gotta respond to this. And like, what's real bad is when like I'll be texting like Matt and Janice about work. And I'll be on a computer doing emails, like responding to emails.
No, see, like that.
Oh my God.
Like the idea of that makes my skin crawl.
Like,
I can't.
It's like a Rubik's Cube.
I literally won't.
I love like figuring it all out, and like at the end I'm like, bah, yes, all of it's fucking done. And like, but it's like
no, because you know what I would do. My phone would be on the desk. This is my universal sign of I'm not fucking paying attention anymore.
You just flip it over. Yeah. I do that sometimes.
And then I'm just done.
Yeah.
And then I just like, but then the
blinking green light starts. I can't help myself.
But that's why I end up not texting people back, because I'll get like 3 text messages in a row, and I'm like, I can't respond to all this. This is high pressure. This is gonna take 15 minutes out of my day that I don't want to give up. For these text messages, because they're not that important. Generally.
I like to text. So, but like, I'm really bad because like I won't. Generally at work, I don't respond to anybody. Like, if I'm at work and you text me, unless you are Matt, you aren't really getting a response, because like generally he needs something about work and that's it. So like, I'll get home and then like that's my routine. I go through all my emails that I got that day, and then through all my text messages, and like start responding to all those things that aren't work related. Like emails that I got like hey, your bark box is coming for your dog, and like shit like that. But like that's my routine. But it does take like another hour out of my day at the end of my day that I'm like, gotta get through all of this and respond to this and this and that. Yeah. So I understand that. Like it's a little draining. So the thing that I figured out that I'm a little over.
Yes, you pinned it up.
Is people. Like, and so you and I are very different with this. Like, you are really good with people. Like, you love people.
I love being around people.
I hate people. Like, Like, I hate people.
Right.
I hate them so much.
I know.
And you love people.
I instantly love people.
Yes, and it doesn't matter if they're the biggest fuck in the world, like, you are still warm and inviting to them.
Yes.
Whereas I have like a zero tolerance, nearly Berlin Wall-esque, like tolerance for people. Like, and like that's what it's very interesting, because if you make it inside the wall, like it's great. It's like I feel like
inside the walls of the city.
Yeah, it's amazing.
It's great.
Like you get on my ride or die team. Yeah, you're good to go. Like for life. Like. I will always be there for you. I will drop anything I have to fucking take care of things for you. But like, the problem is that I have a personality that attracts people.
Yes.
Like, whatever it is about the black soul or black hole that is my soul. Yeah. It sucks people in. Right. And everybody's trying to scale the walls, and I'm like, who invited you? Right. And people get like skewed about it, because they're like, wait, I thought we were friends, and they're like, no, we aren't fucking friends. I don't like you. I'm just personable. Yeah, like I am like people like being around me, and I'm kind of bubbly, and I'm a happy-go-lucky generally, and so like you mistake all of that for me liking you, but I don't. Like and it's 9 times out of 10 it isn't even that I don't like you. I don't have time for you. Like, you and I are not going to be friends.
And the other piece is, like, I feel like, so we talk about, like, what I talked about earlier, this lead by example thing. Yeah. Right? So, like, constantly on 10. Yeah. I am constantly on 10. Yeah. When I'm at work, like, generally, I try to be. Yeah. Right? There are times when I've slipped up, whatever, like,
Well, you're a fuck, so, I mean, you don't have that.
Yeah. Human error. Right?
Wait for that green blinking light.
Oh my god, you better.
Someone will text me eventually.
You fucking stop it. You fucking stop it. So, I'm on 10. Yeah. I'm talking to people all day. Yeah. I'm being as personable and excited to see them as possible, even if I don't know them. Right? Yeah. To make them feel welcomed. Yep. Right? So then, like, I'm using up all of my energy, and what I want to do is come home and, like, kind of decompress a little bit. Yeah. At least for a little bit. Yes. And so, like, even though I am highly personable and I love meeting new people, like, I don't want that to be a home thing. Yeah. Right? Like, I don't like to bring people here for an extended period of time. Yeah. Right? Unless they're, like, down to, like, just chill. Yeah.
Yeah, like, I need you to sit here and watch this fucking podcast with me.
Right.
Like, don't fucking talk.
And that's it, yeah. And maybe we'll talk back and forth about like, about what's going on or whatever, or talk about our day, but, like, I don't want to have to, like, entertain you.
Yeah, I don't want to be...
Oh my gosh, do you remember how terrible that was?
Oh my god.
Do you remember how terrible that was? Did you see the Facebook memory you posted on my wall about, like, something about, like, oh, everybody knows that it's not a party until we're here, blah, 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 yeah. And it's so fucking true, but, like, we were always the people, like, we would have to get off of our jobs.
Yeah.
Where we have to be
green blinking light.
Entertainers.
Imagine that. Yeah, no.
And then we'd have to come and get drunk and entertain. And, like, that kind of naturally happens, but it was like, oh, well, why are you guys not talking to us? Yes. Or why are you guys just talking to each other about things that only you're interested in?
Yeah, like...
Because that's fun. Because we never get to have an opportunity to just talk about the things that we're interested in.
Yeah, so much like... It's very similar to the podcast, like, where, like, we're slightly characters of ourselves on the podcast, right? Like, we aren't, like... We're more animated, we're a little bit more engaging, like, whatever.
Yeah. The people at work see me like this.
Oh yeah,
Like so, like that's the person they know.
Yeah. But like, we would have to do that in this group of friends that we were with. Like the party would not be fun if you guys aren't involved in it. And the one time, Adam and I went on a walk with a dog, and we came back. Yeah. And everybody was mad at us because we had left the party for like 30 minutes, and I was like, all right, that's enough. Like, I'm not you guys' fucking puppet. Like, I don't have to be on all the time. No. I don't have to be entertaining you all the fucking time. You guys need to figure out your own fucking.
And that was a huge turning point for me. Yeah. Like that, I learned a lot from that whole situation because no, I won't do that. Yeah. I won't do that. I will not forcibly be the person to like entertain you. Yeah. I'm not gonna tell the same joke twice. I'm not gonna like.
And that's where I've gotten too old for that shit at all. Like so the other day we were at Five Guys, right? And that lady comes up and she did look semi-familiar to me, and I was like, I don't care. Like, I don't care at all. And like, you're super warm and inviting and very friendly and like very genuinely friendly. And I'm just like,
I was not like
not like fake at all. Very, very warm. Like, you could tell like you were genuinely interested in her life and like what was going on. And I was just like, I couldn't give a fuck.
I know.
I was talking to somebody I know before I went to Five Guys. Somebody I know and worked with for a while, and I was just like, very, very like I'm forcing this conversation
every time. Every time I see him, I'm like, hey, how's it going? And he's like, oh my god.
I was just like,
and it's funny. It's funny. I think that sometimes people misread you. Because they read me. So like, okay, so this is what it is. This is what it is. I just figured it out. Boy. Ritalin just kicked in.
Yeah. That copy's working.
So, because people align you and I as having the same personality.
Yeah.
And we are we're kind of like opposite sides of the same die, right?
Yeah.
And so like
like in a Venn diagram, there's a lot of overlap, but there's a lot of
like stuff on the edges.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
In the crescent part of the
Venn diagram.
Yeah. We have large crescents. Now, here's the deal.
Two guys are ready to go. Large crescents.
It's a tagline. So, because people align our personalities so much, because we're always together, we like the same kinds of jokes, we riff off of each other so well, they know me, and then they misread you.
Yes. Often, even in that group, that happened all the time. Like, people people would leave the room, and I'd get stuck with some people, and they'd be talking to me, and I'd be like,
I wasn't even talking to you.
What the fuck is happening right now? Like, why are you talking to me?
Yeah,
like, we aren't friends, and I'm not that big of an asshole.
You're not, because you will small talk.
Yeah, I'll do it. Like, and I'm good at it. I'm great at just fucking turning it on. Like, oh yeah. but I'm not genuinely interested.
Yes.
And so like when like those events would happen, and I'd be like, No, why didn't you go with them? Like, the fuck just happened here?
There was this point in time when I went to. I learned a lot about myself. I'm sorry, I don't want to make this conversation about Adam.
Right.
But I mean, why not?
Yeah, right.
I'm a fun guy, you know. Like,
I love people.
I got, you know, there's a lot of great things about me, and I'll tell you all of them. Now, here's the deal. I went to my ex's hometown, Muncie.
Oh,
Right.
the beautiful state of Muncie.
The state, yeah.
Have you ever seen that Parks
It's
episode?
a malicious state. What?
Parks and Recs episode? Jerry goes, that's where his, like, condo
Oh,
is.
yeah.
Your vacation in Muncie?
Yeah. Ooh. Ooh. If those people actually knew what Muncie was like, there'd be a different respect for that. It's a statement. Now, here's the deal, Mike.
Okay.
Went to Muncie, and I was having a conversation with my ex's sister.
Okay.
Right? And she invited some friends over who were in town from, like, Iowa. Right? They had left, and then they came back to, like, visit their family, and then they came over to see their friends.
Okay.
And so I was like, okay, cool, I'm down to meet people, that's cool. I've had a couple of beers, so that's perfect. Right?
I've had a couple of drinks, so why the fuck not? Let's
And
do it.
so then I started, like, talking to this girl, and she had a Nightmare Before Christmas tattoo. It was like Sally on her arm. And I was like, hey, that's a cool tattoo. And I started talking to her about it, and I was like, oh, I've got a good friend who really into Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yeah.
And like blah blah blah, and I started talking to her, and Nana was like, see, what did I tell you? Like, to this girl, and I was like,
the fuck?
what the fuck are you talking about? And she goes, oh, well, we just had a conversation about you before they came over. And I was like,
Keep my name out your
what
mouth.
are you talking about? And she said, whenever you meet someone, you find like something in their life, and you relate that to something in your life, and you just warm your way into them. And apparently just do it naturally.
Yeah.
And I didn't notice that, but like that is something that I generally do, and that's why I create like these really deep connections really quickly.
Yeah.
And then that can potentially get my feelings hurt.
Oh,
you know?
yeah,
like,
yeah,
Because then I'm like, oh my god, like,
I love this.
this person is
like,
so much fun.
Yeah.
But I get it. Like, it's easy for me to then move on from that situation.
Yeah.
So like, I'm not like retarded or anything, but like,
No.
I mean, I am a little retarded, but yeah. So that's something that I've kind of learned about myself in the last like 2 years.
Yeah.
You know, and something that I'm kind of using that not necessarily to my benefit, but I'm using that much more intentionally.
Okay. Yeah.
You know, like when I think about like relationships I want to make at work or relationships I want to make in my life, like I'm using that much more intentionally because I didn't realize, like I realized that I had a skill of connecting with people, but I didn't understand why or how.
Right. Like you're.
And now I'm seeing it from the outside.
Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, like so, like that's something I don't know that it will ever be the same necessarily for you, but like I am too old for people. Like
I love people too much.
I like, and the older I get, the more curmudgeonly I get. Like I'm like, I don't know, and like I will say some slick shit to people, like not at work, right? Like so people will be talking, and I'm like, do you realize you're still talking? What? And I'm like, I'm sorry, is anybody even listening to that? Like they're still talking.
I know.
Nobody is listening. So like, what? Stop. Stop what you're doing.
You used to do that shit around me.
Yeah. No.
And then I would
like. Yeah.
And then everybody would look at, like what would happen is you would do that shit, and then everybody would turn and look at me, and I'd be like, what, you want me to fix it? He's retarded! I can't fix your problem!
So like today, I walked into the salon, and like Katie's there, right?
Right.
And so like I came to Fort Wayne to podcast. That's why I came. Like hang out with Adam, we're gonna podcast, that's what we're gonna do. So like, it's tough if I come to Fort Wayne and then go to Rodney's house because A, he has kids who love me, and so like I gotta spend time with them, and it's not, I don't feel obligated to. I love hanging out with his kids, but then like, especially if I'm staying at their house, like I'm not gonna, like I'm just not that guy. I'm not going to be like, oh well, hey, thanks for letting me use this as a fucking hotel, I'm gonna go hang out with them all day and night, and then come back here at 3 a.m. drunk off my ass, like,
and go to sleep.
Yeah, for 2 hours, and then go to the gym.
Right.
So like, I'm not gonna do that. So I'm gonna spend time with them. So if I know I'm just in town to just do this, I won't stay at Rod's house. I'll stay here. And so I didn't tell them I was coming into town because I didn't want to make plans. I just wanted to do this, and I didn't want to like, oh yeah, maybe we'll do dinner or something like that, and then like that takes away from me being able to work on my work, and so whatever. But I run into Katie,
Right.
and I was like, fuck, and like I have such like once you set the bar with people, the people who again are inside the walls, it's not a problem, and so like. Katie was like, oh, what are you doing here? And I was like, oh, I'm podcasting with Adam. And she was like, oh, I didn't know you were in town. And I was like, yeah, I wasn't fucking telling you. And like Sam, who cuts my hair, was like, oh my God, I didn't really know that. And I was like, oh, it's fine. I was like, I guess I have to go see your fucking kids now, don't I? And she was like, oh yeah. And I was like, fuck. Damn it. All right. Yeah, I gotta go do that. Fuck me. And then I got to Rod's house, and Rod was like, the kids were like, Mikey, we didn't know you were going to be here. And Rod was like, yeah, he wasn't going to tell us. And I was like, no, I wasn't, you piece of shit. God damn it.
Oh, God damn it.
But like, I'm fine just being that honest and open with people.
Well, and it's easier that way.
It's way easier.
That way. That's another thing. Sugarcoating things.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
So like, okay, I think, here's the thing. People misunderstand my personality, and I've got no fucking time for bullshit. Okay?
Yeah.
So like, I'm not aggressively assertive like you.
Aggressively assertive. I like that.
Right.
Saving that.
I'm not aggressively assertive. I do not put myself out there as assertive. However, there will come a time when someone has pushed me to...
I'm waiting for my phone to tell me how much sleep I got last night. But I think it's not going to tell me because it was so little that it doesn't think I was actually sleeping.
Yeah.
That it thinks I just had it sitting. Fucking hell. Because I normally have the alert by now.
Yeah.
That's like, record your sleep. Did you sleep from here to here?
Here to here, yeah.
It's going to text me soon and be like,
did you sleep?
Did you sleep last night?
You should sleep. Shut the fuck up.
You don't know me, Samsung?
But I have no time. I have no time for bullshit and malarkey, right?
Malarkey.
Yeah, pulling out the Biden lines.
Yeah.
But it's just like people anticipate me being kind of a pushover, I think.
Oh, okay.
Because of my personality.
Yeah, I can see that.
But then they push me to a point.
Yeah, that's dangerous.
And then that's really uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Because this person that you think you have.
Yeah.
This like
we have this
you've got one up on them because you understand their personality so well, and then all of a sudden I'm like, no, that's not how it is.
Yeah.
And then they're like, holy shit. And so like
someone get a coat.
I think like
got cold
and
in
I think that that's really fun to me, like the idea of that, because like everybody knows that you're like moments from being that way at all times.
Everyone knows you're just moments, just like the right,
just like the wind blows just right, and you're gonna be like, I'll fucking I'll tell you something.
Like fucking Bruce Banner up in this bitch.
But like everybody,
you know what my secret is? I'm always angry.
Yeah, right. Oh god damn it. Oh Jesus Christ.
Okay.
But then I just like flip the script on them.
Yeah.
And it's nuts.
Yeah, and that's true. People are so people are probably much more unguarded around you.
Yeah.
As opposed to me.
Yes.
Because I already give off the vibe that I am over people. Like, I am too old to be accepting new people. I'm not looking for new friends.
Right.
I'm not looking for...
The now hiring sign has been ripped up.
All the small talk and bullshit and all... Like, I'm not looking for any of that.
Right.
I'm over it. And I give off that vibe. And so people are naturally maybe a little bit more on edge, a little bit more defense, or, like, just defending. Like, they don't want to say the wrong thing necessarily, or smart off, or like they like if I'm not paying attention. Perfect example. We were all at Swig, the same when we all went out to celebrate. We went to Swig and like I'm on my phone texting or talking to Matt and whatever, and like just not paying attention to the general fuckery that's going on.
Yeah.
Like not that I didn't care, but like I just wasn't invested in whatever. And like could you put down your phone for a minute? And I was like, no. The fuck?
No.
Why would I? What?
Yeah.
And then like, it was funny because like it took a long time for them to say anything to me.
Right.
And then like it like was making them uncomfortable that I wasn't involved in what was going on, and I was like, this is one of those situations.
This is like one of those human interaction things that I'm not used to.
God damn it.
And like there are people who are like, I get this from at least one person every time I change my workspace, right? When I change like where I'm working, like if I go to a different store, I change companies, as I did recently. One person will generally say, I would really like to see you just angry. Like I would just love to see what you were like angry. And I think you've seen me angry once or twice, maybe. Like
yeah.
I like actually
pretty
pissed.
Rare. Yeah,
it is very rare.
Yeah.
And the only time, like, I am very direct, and I am talking directly to that person about what I'm angry about. So if you see me angry, I'm more than likely angry at you. And you do not want to see that. Because it's not real. Like, I don't give off this violent vibe.
No.
But like,
I don't know what a psychotic vibe.
Right, like I just like make eye contact with them, and
I don't worry about the Joker killing me. I worry about like it's different, right? Like so, like I'm like Bane or the Hulk, right?
Right, yeah.
I'm gonna fucking like, you better fucking run. You see me,
right?
And then when you see the Joker, you're like, see a clown? Why does he look crazy?
Right.
Oh my God!
It's like the fucking spin shot that he's gonna give you on your way down.
It's interesting. I don't know, like just so many things, like the older I've gotten, the like smaller my circle becomes, the less time for bullshit I have. And like I think that's probably a universal. Yeah. Like there are things that I'm like, I've not gotten any better at like wanting to be around people.
No.
More and more, like maybe I'm better about hiding it, maybe a little bit. Like I'm better about playing that game, but like I'm not. I feel, if anything, I want to be around people less now than I've ever.
Oh yeah.
When I was younger, I was much more extroverted. Like I'm still, like you can throw me in any fucking room and I'm like, I don't care, whatever. What's your name? What's going on, Joe?
I'm not afraid to like talk to people
like,
or whatever. Yeah.
That shit doesn't bother me. I just don't want to talk to them. Like it doesn't. Like if you're introverted, you like get like a little anxious about those sorts of situations or something like that, right? Like. I'm super comfortable. I just don't have the time for you. I don't want to talk to you, motherfucker. If this was the Justice League, I'd be like, fuck you guys.
Right.
I don't want to be around all you. No. I can't imagine.
Yeah, you'd be Batman.
Yeah, I would.
Fucking running off on your own.
Batman. This has been another episode of Two Guys with Raging Goals. Thank you so much for tuning in, you guys. Again, head over to the Patreon, patreon.com/2guysraging. Check out the tune in or the Two Guys Raging Tuesdays, every Tuesday at 5 p.m. We go live on Facebook. You can check us out there too. It's not a podcast, but it is entertaining.
Yeah, for sure.
And then you can check that out, and then also maybe watch the podcast.
And go to Patreon.
Go to Patreon. It's $1. $1. That's it. All. And you get exclusive episodes. We have 2 on there right now because we've been doing.
And you'll have access to those older episodes too.
Yeah.
If you donate now, you get 2 extra episodes.
Yep. You get those anyways.
Yep.
So there you go. Smart people, we're waiting.
Yeah.
Jump on board now.
Absolutely.
All right. We'll catch you guys on the next one.